Hello, thank you for joining me today and I welcome you to the month of October. May it be a month of fulfillment for every one of us. Today is Monday, 4th of October 2021. Allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is Tolulope Ibitola and I'm excited to be here again. Today I will be talking about self doubt and how to deal with it, how to break free from self doubt. Basically, self doubt is when we lack the confidence to do the things we need to do, the things we are meant to do when we lack the confidence to take action. And at some point in our lives, we find ourselves in situations, in new environments, in new places of work, in challenging circumstances, and we begin to think whether we can move things, whether we can make things happen, whether we can come out beautifully, whether we can be successful at that thing. And it's normal to have that kind of feeling because of the uncertainties, because fear of the unknown. It's normal to have that fear, to have that confusion. However, when you find that this thing is interfering, it's disrupting your normal daily living, it's suppressing you, and you're not able to take actions, you're not able to come out and speak for yourself, then it has to be taken care of, it has to be attended to very urgently. Doubting oneself is one of the obstacles to success in life. You feel so less of yourself and you overlook all the great things you've done for yourself in the past. You overlook all the achievements, all the successes you've had in the past. And you begin to doubt yourself. Can I do it? Can I make things happen? Can I succeed? Can I be in that post? You begin to doubt yourself that you are not good enough. At work, self-doubt would not make you contribute to gatherings, to meetings, and even when you have beautiful ideas, you would not be able to speak up, you will not be able to contribute because you're not sure of yourself. It will not make you to create a relationship with your colleagues, with your senior colleagues. It will not make you to even interfere with people that can help you. That is how bad self-doubt can make one feel. Self-doubt would not make you to apply for that your dream job. It will not make you to apply to start that business that you have always thought of, because you would always be thinking, can I do it? Can I make things happen? Can I be successful at it? So that is why it is very important to quickly attend to it when you see that it is interfering with your actions, with your success, with your daily living. Some of the causes of self-doubt arise from negative past experience. If someone has been brutally criticized and has been told many times that you are not good enough, someone has been compared to their brother or their sister, to their friends, and saying, had you not made? Are you not supposed to be older than that person? Are you not supposed to be doing much more than that person? And you've been told several times that you are not good enough, even when you are doing your best. That will create this kind of inferiority in you, and you will think that there's nothing you are good at, there's nothing you can do that you can make happen. Another thing that creates self-doubt is the society. When we always want to satisfy the society, when we always want to please the society, so instead of speaking up, we would always think that if I speak up, what would this person say? What would be this person's reaction? And so we keep to ourselves. We do not want to take the bold steps that we are meant to take. So if self-doubt is not quickly attended to, it can lead to many things, which is one of them, which includes anxiety, depression, lack of confidence, lack of motivation. It can lead to low self-esteem. It would even lead to difficulty in making decisions. There are times in our lives when we have to stand up and make the decisions, when we are to be responsible for some things. But because of self-doubt, we would always want to seek the approval of another person to approve of something for us before we are sure that it's not a bad thing to seek a second opinion in issues. But in situations where you just have to stand up for yourself, and you're waiting for someone to come and approve that thing for you, time might pass and you would eventually lose that opportunity. So that is why it is not good to entertain self-doubt. Now I will be talking about some of the ways to break free from self-doubt, and my number one point will be that stop waiting for perfection. Many times we want to always have 100% result. It is something good, but remember that nothing can be perfect in this our world, in this world of ours. So do your best and always aim to be a better person, a better version of yourself. But aiming towards perfection, it's something that may be unrealistic, and would not make us take the actions and decisions that we are supposed to make. Put to rest that voice that would always tell you that you are not good enough, because it's that voice that would always want you to always seek perfection, and at the end, in the process of seeking perfection, you would not take the steps that you are supposed to take. My number two is going to be that you remember your past successes. Those times when your challenges have turned into successes. Those times when you have thought you cannot do it, but you eventually came out with flying colors. You eventually did it. And those times when you feel so down and you still made it happen. So think of those times, think of your past achievements, think of your past successes, and always seek every opportunity. Always see that every time you have the opportunity to talk, you have the opportunity to defend yourself, you have the opportunity to take action as a time to make things better for yourself. It's always see that time as an opportunity to make things better for yourself. So sometimes when you are in doubt of yourself again, look at the past successes that you've had, look at the past achievements, look at your past records, and what, and boom again. Although it is not always advisable to relax so much because of the past on the past, but there are times we just have to encourage ourselves with the past, and so that we can move on. My number three point is going to be that don't compare yourself with others. Someone says that the reason why many people find themselves in insecurity is because they compare their own behind the scene with someone else's highlight, with someone else's breakthrough, with someone else's result. When you are comparing your own behind the scene, when you have not even made the successes and you're already looking at someone else's success, it will make you not want to do what you are supposed to do. Then you start comparing your own level of success with that person's level of success, and this can hold you back from taking important steps, because you will always want to be afraid that what if you don't make things happen, what if you're not as successful as this person is successful. You would always want to think that what if you are not embraced and appreciated as much as this person has been embraced and appreciated. You would always want to think that what if you don't have this level of success that this person has attained. And what we should focus on is our own success, our own person, and what we want for ourselves, not what we are seeing with others. Note that it is good to use other people's achievement as inspiration for our own possibilities and our own upliftment, but we should not focus on that. We should be on our own lane while we make things happen for our own selves too. We should not leave our own things and start comparing with other people. We are not born the same. We do not have the same they don't want to say opportunities, but whatever way you find yourself, always try to be the best and not compare yourself with others. You can use others as inspiration, but do not focus on that. Be on your own lane, focus on your own lane, move at your own space, so that you would not end up regretting, so that you would not end up finding yourself in self-doubt. Because if you are looking at that person and you eventually not make it as much as that person, then you begin to doubt yourself. So to avoid that kind of situation, do not compare yourself with someone else. My number 4 point is going to be that always be mindful of your thinking and find validation within yourself. It is good for people to commend us. It is good for people to assure us of what we do, of what we have found for ourselves. But it is always the best to find validation within ourselves. It is always the best that we are the one telling ourselves we can do it. When you tell yourself you can do it, it helps you to put more effort than people telling you you can do it. You would sometimes think that they are even just saying it so that you can do, but when you know yourself that you tell yourself you can do it, then you will be able to do it. I know that times will come when negative thoughts such as you don't deserve this, you don't deserve this pay, rise in pay, you don't deserve this promotion, you don't deserve this job you're looking for, you don't deserve this good life you're seeking. There are times that those thoughts will come, but what we can do is to neglect those thoughts, quickly let those thoughts pass, and focus on positive self-affirmation. And I want to tell you that it is one thing to make self-affirmation, and it is another thing to believe and be confident of that self-affirmation. So being constant with self-affirmation would not really do the work, but believing in the self-affirmations would make things happen, will do the work. So don't just make constant reassurances for yourself, but also believe in yourself. As much as it is great and it feels good to get assurance from people, always get assured by yourself. So my fifth point is going to be that recognize your values. Knowing your values will help you so much in overcoming self-doubt. And this is because when your life and values are in alignment, there's a way that you will be able to stand for your purpose. That means you're standing for what you believe in. That means when people criticize you, or you get at a point where the chips are down, you would know that you are fighting for something. You would know what you're fighting for, and you will be able to speak up for yourself. But when your life and your values are not in alignment, any little criticism would want to steer you up. Any little criticism will want you to go back to your shell and don't want to talk again. Any little criticism would want you to be fearful and not be confident of what you stand for. So that is why it is good and important to know your values and let your values work in alignment with your life. Let it be in alignment with your living, so that whatever decision you make, whatever mistake you even make, you would know that it is what you stand for and you take responsibility for it. So that is why you should recognize your values. And my number 6 point is going to be that take journal, write things down. Write the thoughts, those things that you feel would not make you to speak for yourself, those things that you think would create self-doubt for you, or that has been creating self-doubt for you. Write them down. When you write them down, you will be able to see, and you might even find out that some of these things that you've thought are weighing you down are not as detrimental as you thought. They are not as powerful as you thought. Then you will realize that it is your own self-thinking. It is your own imposter belief that is not making you do these things. It is not because those things are as powerful and detrimental as you think. So when you list them down, you would be able to prioritize them and you'd handle them one after the other. I want you to know that, writing or listing or journaling is one therapeutic exercise. It helps a lot because when you put things down and you are able to read them to yourself, it creates this awareness on what to do. It helps you to quickly get an idea of what's next step to do. So it's good to put down those things that you think are creating self-doubt for you, put them down and deal with them. My number 7 point is going to be practice self-care. And remember that you are your own harshest critic. When you doubt yourselves, and it's because we don't want to make mistakes. But mistakes are bound to happen. Mistakes are avenue for us to learn and grow. So next time you try to do something and you find yourself making mistake, just pamper yourself and learn from that mistake and move on. Imagine someone went for an interview and was rejected or was turned down because of one deed or something, and the person tells you, would you shout at that person? Would you mock that person? Would you tell the person to just collapse? No, you wouldn't do that to that person. So if you cannot do that to that person, why can't you also pamper yourself when you find yourself in that situation? If you find yourself in that situation, just tell yourself, things are about to happen, mistakes are about to happen, pat yourself, learn from it, and move on. So always treat yourself with the same level of care, kindness, compassion that you would show to someone else in that situation. And you will say that things will be easier for you. Yeah, there are times you have to criticize yourself. You have, because when you criticize yourself, it helps you to be better, but don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. So, and I want to add that when you say that you've done many of these things and things are not working for you, you would need to see a professional therapist, because sometimes these things can weigh one down so much and interrupt with our daily life. So if you see that self-doubt is beginning to interrupt with your daily life, is beginning to not make you to live that purposeful and impactful life that you want to live, please see a professional therapy. And also remember to always spend time with loved ones, supportive loved ones, because when you do that and when you are down, they will be the ones to lift you up. They will be the ones to remind you that you can do it, you've done it before, you can do it again. And I have come to the end of today's session. I will be leaving you with this quote. It says, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome. Remember all the battles you have won and all the fears you have overcome. When you find yourself in self-doubt, when you find yourself in challenging moments, and you see how high you will fly. Till I come your way again, I remain Tolulope Ibitola. Have a positive week.